Hey guys, welcome back to Coding Flamingo. So in the last video we created our Helm chart and we were able to deploy our app to Azure, but we created the front end and we created the back end, but we didn't connect them. We just created the services, so in theory it should work, but we didn't test it or anything. We just deployed, and since we don't have ingress, we can't even see if the deployment is working. So here's where we're gonna use Azure Dev Spaces to check our work and to keep deployment. And this is where Azure Dev Spaces really come in handy, because you can, let's say, I mean, right now it's just a front end and back end, but imagine a, a website with multiple microservices. Like, let's say you can have up to 10, 20, and you have different teams working on it. So instead of having each team have to have the latest in their dev machines and keep updating all the other repos and keep updating everything to make sure that they have the latest, you can have like a development cluster and people can just create their DevOps to do stuff there. Which actually, the documentation for Azure Dev Spaces has a great kind of GIF that goes through it. So let me just refresh it, I guess. So this is your page, and Susan comes in and she wants to test her page. She goes through and can use all the other um, microservices. Same with John. So everybody can be developing their own part without being affected and tested. It still works with the rest of the stuff without having to deploy everything to their machine. So let's go and try it out. So first, this is our backend. I literally have not changed anything from the weather forecast, the one that we get. So you just get the weather forecast for this stuff. And then, so let's go to Cube's front end. I already did kind of the coding because in this video I actually stole some of it from the functions demo that I did. So let's go back to the actual code. These are not best practices, it's just me hacking it together to test it out. Obviously, you should move it to managers and stuff. So if you want to learn how to call API, build these functions and do this stuff, please look at the other videos that I've created. This one was covered in the Azure Functions video. So we created the HTTP request. Basically, it goes ahead and just creates a request, and I modified it to return the string. And I set a breakpoint to test it. To be able to push it, I just created a singleton with the service. Then I went to the counter page. I didn't even create a new page, and I modified it. I should probably change this from current account to current message or something, and change the int to a string, and that's about it. And so in here we're just calling this. So I'll talk about how I got this URL. So let's go back to the values. So let's put them. Oh, what happened there? Okay. So let's put them side by side. So basically what I did, if we look at the service, the backend service, we call it backend name / service. So basically the name for this is backend name, which is this one, / service, and then the port number, which is the external port number, then the / weather forecast, that's just the one here, this / weather forecast. So now if we run this, so this is running on Azure, so then I have to run this on Azure. So we're gonna use the dev spaces. If you have not set up dev spaces, look at earlier parts of this tutorial. We cover how to do that. So let's just make sure we're deploying to Azure Dev Spaces. Let me make this full page again, and we're gonna deploy. And as you can see, it's gonna be available in this place. So it built. So if we go here, we refresh, We created so current message, click button to call the backend. We click it, we go to the breakpoint, and we go 1 over. So we can see that the response string is this. So we can see that it worked. So, and it's gonna show in the front end since I also put it in the front end. Should at least. I don't know why this is. Alright, let's see why it's not going to the front end. So let's put a breakpoint. Oh, now I see why. So let's rerun it. So let's go back here, refresh until it comes back up. There we go. Now breakpoint should work. Move the breakpoint. And there you go, current message, and it gives you the same. So this is how you connect microservices one to another. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.